Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It is Aisha Ali and I'm going to be doing another exorcism challenge. This one is labelled easy on the website, so it should be pretty straightforward. It is a one-liner, so I'll get through it probably really quickly. So I'm just going to read through the introduction and get straight into it. So, a leap year in a Gregorian calendar occurs in every year that is evenly divisible by 4, unless the year is evenly divisible by 100, in which case it's only a leap year if the year is also evenly divisible by 400. They've also given us some examples. For example, 1997 was not a leap year as it's not divisible by 4. 1900 was not a leap year as it's not divisible by 400, and 2000s was leap year. So my instructions are to determine whether a given year is a leap year. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So I'm going to remove this code right here and get right into it. So they've given us a little function to start off with. However, with this function, we need to take in a year to determine whether that year is a leap year or not. So I'm going to have to take in a parameter right here. I'm just going to call it year. Once I've done that, I need to then check whether it's divisible by 4. Let me just scroll up back to the instructions. If it's divisible by 4, and not divisible by 100. But if it is divisible by 100, then it needs to be divisible by 400. That's how I've kind of understood the question. So I'm just going to start with the return statement. Since I'm just returning a simple true or false, I'm going to use a ternary statement also, which is a shorthand for an if-else or an if-else statement. This is just a kind of quick way of writing it. So I've got my return statement and I want to return. Firstly, I'm going to start off with 100. Although it is the second bullet point, I think it's more important than the first at this moment because I want to check if it's not divisible by 100 first, and then check whether that same number is then divisible by 4 or, yeah. Let me just start. It'll probably make more sense. So I'm going to take the year and I'm going to check if the year divided by 100 is equal to 0, because this then means it is divisible by 100. And if this is the case, actually I don't want to check that. I want to check if it's not divisible by 100. So I'm going to put an exclamation mark and equal signs. 2 equal signs just means strict equality. I could also do it like this, but I'm going to go with my 2 equal signs. So this is saying return true if the year is not equal to, if the year is not divisible by 100. And if it's not divisible by 100, then I then want to check if it is actually divisible by 4, because then it would make it a leap year. So if year divided, or the remainder of 100, the remainder of the year divided by 4 is equal to 0. However, if this statement returns true because it is divisible by 100, then, oh my god, look at me. This should be a question mark, guys. I am so sorry. So let me just do a quick recap on ternary statements. You have some condition, you have a question mark, so you're checking that first condition. Whatever you put after the question mark is if that condition returns true. So I'm just going to type returns true. However, after the semicolon, or after the colon, is this a no, after the colon, you then check, you then return whatever you want to return if that first condition returns false. So my bad, I put a colon there, should have been a question mark. So I'm checking this statement, and if this returns true, then I want to check this statement. If this is also true, then it is a leap year. However, if this is false, then I want it to skip this completely and jump straight to checking whether the year is divisible by 400, because that then satisfies the fact that if it is divisible by 100, then it also needs to be divisible by 400. So I will do that here. Year divisible by 400 is equal to 0. So in this should work. this should work. I'm going to run the test and see. I might have made a mistake somewhere here, there, or every. Okay, so we've got a winner. So yeah, this is how I generally answer the question. I think at first when I looked at it, I kind of got a little bit confused between whether it needed to be divisible by 100, whether that related to it being divisible by 4. So I thought even if it's divisible by 4, it could still be divisible by 100. That is not the case. So yeah, this is why this works. I hope this made sense. This was a really quick one. But yeah, I do all things coding tutorials, my tech journey, lifestyle, all sorts. So if you enjoyed this, please do subscribe. Please like the video. Please share. Please comment on how you would have answered this question. And I hope you're here for the next one.